week's video, if you could not tell by the title, is things you should know before buying your first guinea pigs. So if you didn't watch my first vlog, you wouldn't know that I have two guinea pigs. I have a male, a little boy, who I believe is 7 months, and his name's Truffle, and I have a girl, which I'm pretty sure she's a 1.5 years. I don't know. I rescued her from this classmate of mine who was abusing her. So I learned a lot these last couple months having two guinea pigs. I didn't really do a lot of research before. I just bought a bunch of stuff and dived right in. So I've learned a few tips and tricks, and I know what they can eat now and things you need. So this is a really long intro. Let's just jump right into this. Before I get into like supplies and food that you will need, I'm going to start off by saying two things. One, think about your time in your day. How much time is already used up? How much time can you dedicate to a living creature? You gotta realize that about 1 to 2 times a week you're gonna have to clean their cages. If you're someone who is already like really involved with school, or if you're the type of person that can barely get themselves up in the morning, it's okay if you're not ready at this time of life. Just realize that they are living and they need a lot of time and attention. And another thing to take into consideration, are you allowed to get two? Yes, I said it. They're social creatures. They need a friend to talk to, and you might think that you love them, and I'm sure you'll love them very much. I know I love mine, and I hold them every day, and I take them out and let them run around. But another guinea pig to fully be happy. They're used to being in herds. That's why in the pet store, normally you'll see them with two. They have to have a partner to talk to. I recommend just buying two right away, even if it's going to take longer for you to get them. It's better to get them when you're fully ready and you can give them a happy life. So with that said, let's move on to things that you will need. Things I will not be showing you, obviously, because my guinea pigs are using them, is a water bottle, a hay feeder, a house, and the cage. So starting off with the most obvious thing, a cage. They need enough space so they can run around. You have to make sure they're active and they have things they can do. I don't have a CNC cage. I have a store-bought cage, but since it's only one pig in there, and they're about, I think Truffles is like this big, and the house only takes up a little corner. He has plenty of room. He runs around, he jumps, he climbs out of his house, he has two toys, and Emma's is about the same size too. And so they have enough space to fully be happy and get their exercise in. The next thing is a house or an igloo or whatever you want to call it. I have heard of 3 different houses that you can, like shelters, you can buy them. The ones I have are just the plastic large igloos. They give the pig a lot of space and they can chew on them, and it's okay, and like they're affordable. I also know if you want to spend a little more money, you can buy one made out of wood, and also you can get one made out of like cloth. When I first got Truffle, that's what he had. He had a pineapple house. I thought it was the cutest thing, and he really loved it to sleep in it too. It gave him that sense of security. But within a month he outgrew it. So keep that in mind. If you're going to buy a cloth one, buy a big one. I did not buy a big one. So a month later I was buying an igloo for him too. Obviously, I don't think I have to say it. They need a water bottle. They need access to water. But you can also get a little tiny bowl and put water in the bowl. Just keep in mind they might tip it if it's not a heavy bowl. And another way that I make sure my pigs stay hydrated is soak their vegetables before giving them, like rinse them off really, really well. You have to do that no matter what. But if you let them soak for a little bit, then they get a lot of water in there, and you know that they're getting water from their vegetables. That's not enough water though, so make sure that eventually they're drinking out of a bowl or a bottle. And a hay feeder is needed because it's just a lot cleaner, and you can put a lot more hay in there at a time, so you don't have to keep filling it up. I did it with a bowl at first, and it just got everywhere. My pigs would jump around and get it all over the floor of their cage, and it was just really messy and a pain in the butt to clean up every day. And so you get a hay feeder. It hangs on the side of their cage, and they have access to hay all the time without getting it all over their cage. So after talking about that, I'm going to mention bowls and the tips I have found about bowls. So plastic ones are too light. The pigs tip them over, and the pellets or whatever you put in there gets all over the place. But it's also the same if you get tiny bowls. At least with my pigs, even though this is made out of like ceramic or glass or whatever, they could still tip it because it's tiny. So the bowls I have in there now are made out of this, but they're this size and they can't tip them as easily. So that's the tip I have, is get bowls that's made out of this for their pellets that are bigger, and you can put the vegetables in there when you feed them, and it's just really convenient not to have it fall into the bedding. So speaking of bedding, there's a couple of options that you can choose to do. I do pine personally. It's affordable and my pigs seem to enjoy it a lot more than like the KT like paper bedding. I don't recommend this brand though. It's from Target. It's a little too harsh. I'm definitely going back to PetSmart and getting the softer version of pine. This is, I don't know, it's just not as soft as the other pine I was using. Or if you don't want to do disposable, which I know a lot of people on YouTube choose not to do disposable because they have a lot of pigs. I only have 2, so I can still afford bedding. And the third option is you can get offline, like on an Etsy store, you can buy cage liners that are made of like fleece, and then they have like an absorbent layer in the middle, and that works really well, except for you do have to sweep up the poop twice a day, and they poop a lot, so that's really time consuming. So yeah, I prefer pine, my pigs prefer pine, and it's just cheaper on the wallet, and it does its job. So, speaking about cages and keeping them clean, a little tip that my dad actually taught me, because he had guinea pigs growing up, is line the cage with newspaper. This will prevent staining. You can double up, triple up in the spots. Like, Truffle has one corner where that's where he does all his peeing. He refuses to pee anywhere else but that corner. And when I wasn't lining it, it would soak into the bottom, and it was just really gross and nasty to clean up. So I double it with newspaper. Sometimes triple it, like I'll put another layer on top. It prevents staining, it makes cleaning easier. You just put a glove on, you just fold up the newspaper, put it into the garbage, and most of the bedding gets picked up that way. Less mess, easier to handle. So to prevent staining and to make easy cleanup, newspaper. And I get it for free in my mailbox, where it's all about like weekly ads for like the local grocery stores, and we never use those ads, so yeah, make use of what you have. So I already mentioned with the hay feeder, they need hay. I use the, if I can get it the right way, I use the 4T Diet Nature's Harvest hay. I buy it at Target. It's about $7.50 for a bag like this big. Like, it's pretty big, and it lasts a long time. My pigs actually prefer this brand over the KT. I bought this when I first got my guinea pigs, and they loved it, and then I tried to switch to KT because it's supposed to be like higher quality, but it's more expensive for a smaller bag, and they did not like it at all. So I switched back to this. They're happy, they get lots of hay. I haven't noticed any quality like difference. I think this is just good. It's Timothy hay, it's fresh, it's green, it's nice, so make sure you have hay. And then last thing about the diet before we get into the vegetables and sweets is pellets. Now, do not get mistaken. Pellets are not supposed to be the main part of their diet. Just not. I think it's like 5% of the diet that's supposed to be pellets. And after your guinea pig is no longer like a baby, definitely switch to Timothy based hay. If you stay with alfalfa, they can tend to get fat. So just keep that in mind. This is just the KT Premium Timothy Fiber Diet. My pigs love this stuff. Now, it might also be fun for you to give your little piggies treats. A treat that I find that isn't yogurt covered and that they really enjoy, that they get a couple times a week, is this carrots and peas snack by All Living Things. My pigs aren't really fond of the little peas, but they love the pea flakes and the dried carrots. So I give them a couple pieces of this every couple days after I'm holding them to kind of reward them for being so good. And yeah, 2 ounces, I think we paid like $2 for this. So it's really affordable. It lasts a long time because you don't give them every day. And another treat that I've tried out and they really enjoy, I can't think of the brand, but they're like these little like carrot shaped sticks, and it's like got tons of like different like not seeds, I don't know, stuff on it, and you hang it on their cage and they chew on it. It's like a wooden stick by the end of it, and they can still chew on the wooden stick, but it got a little splintery, so I make sure to like take it out. I should be buying them soon when I go to the pet store, so I'll show them on a vlog or something so you can know the brand. But my guinea pigs love them and they last like 2 days, so it's not as affordable, but they have to have something to chew on, and I like giving them stuff like that, or like apple sticks or like the little blocks. They really like to chew. So excuse that noise of me dragging this on the wooden floor. It's time to move into the vegetables you can feed them. So you can feed them, what do I want to start with? I'll start off with the pepper. So you can feed them a lot of different types of vegetables. Just things to keep in mind is it has to be low in calcium, low in sugar, but high in vitamin C. And something that really fits that is green peppers. I pre-cut up a green pepper and put it in a Tupperware thing. They get 2 pieces a day, 1 in the morning, 1 at night, and all the seeds have already been like taken out. They can't have seeds. They can have everything else though. And I rinse them really well beforehand to make sure they're clean, and they get more water content that way. Green, I believe, is the lowest in sugar. I was feeding red because it has a little more vitamin C, but I traded for the green because the vitamin C was almost the same, but this has less sugar, and both my pigs really enjoy this. So another thing they have to have daily is some type of lettuce. Any lettuce will really do, besides iceberg. It's got a high water content and not a lot of nutritional value, and so it can cause diarrhea, it can just upset everything, and it's not good. I use romaine. I know a lot of people are worried about using romaine because it can cause like calcium in their like calcium buildup in their urine. And I check to see if there's any white stuff in their urine. There's not. They're peeing a crazy amount. Yeah, each pig gets about one big leaf a day. I give half of it in the morning, half at night, and my pigs really enjoy it. So now some of the vegetables that I don't give on a daily basis, I give like 2 to 3 times a week, is cucumbers and celery. I just recently found out they could eat celery 2 to 3 times a week. They just can't eat the leafy parts, and you have to cut it in like a little rainbow shape so it won't get stringy and they won't choke on it. But I'll definitely feed them like by hand it to see and make sure that it's not a choking hazard. But cucumber I've been giving for a while, and I eat the cucumber too. That's why like so much of it's gone. But yeah, they really enjoy it. You can also, I'm gonna stop playing with that bag. You can also give them like cherry tomatoes, like little baby tomatoes. Just don't give them a whole one. They're very acidic, but you can give them it very often as long as you don't like notice anything going wrong with your pig. And you can also give them baby carrots. I normally give them carrots, but I ran out and I haven't gotten to the store yet to buy carrots. So you can also give fruit, just not very often. I just personally don't want to take the chance of putting way too much sugar in their diet. So if I ever do give them fruit, it's normally like dried treat fruit that I got in like a similar box as the carrots and peas snack, and I give it like once a week. That's pretty much all I have to say. I hope you guys found this video very helpful. Like this video, subscribe, and comment down below videos you'd like to see next, or what you found most helpful about this video, or if you have a guinea pig, what's their names, or if you have any animal, what's their name and what type of animal it is. Yeah, comment down below their names. So I hope you guys are having a fabulous day, and I will see you with the next video. Bye guys!